Welcome to Diversity Focus Today with your host, Ricky Solid Gold Clark.
Welcome once again to another edition of Diversity Focus Today. I am your co-host, Ricky Solid Gold Clark, along with our illustrious doctor, Dr. Tammy T. Harris, and she's
Mhm.
waving now, and our engineer producer has the silent treatment right now. He's doing all the engineering while we show our face in the place on this podcast and Facebook and this program and so what have you. Okay, we're getting that all out of the way. So, hi Doc, what's going on in your life right now? I see you got a new hairstyle.
No, just ponytail.
Oh, okay.
You're just my beauty consultant. First it was my nails, now it's like my hair. Usually when it's a ponytail, that's a bad hair day. I didn't have no hat, so we'll be all right. I'll be
Oh,
glam next time.
okay. Well, see, I've learned all that when you got girls in the family, adult girls and teenage girls, you learn all these things.
Yes.
Their father and their grandfather here is known to give them the once over.
Like,
And
what's
so
this?
they'll tell me, "Don't you notice anything different, Dad? Don't you notice anything different, Poppy?" Uh, so I have to go through that.
Yeah,
So I've been doing that for
but all,
years. I'm kind of used to
yeah,
that.
yes, yeah. Well, I appreciate the insight and the knowledge. It's been going. This world has been an interesting world. It has been a lot in Indiana been going on, worldwide been going
Yes,
on. It's
yes, yes.
I don't even know
To
where to start based on it'll probably be old news based on our last news when we talked, but
Well, some of it is going to be lingering because of. Well, let's start with Indiana news since we're based out of Indiana, Indianapolis, Indiana.
okay.
As of today, this date being, since the program will be airing at different times, this is July 27th, 2026, is when we're actually doing the show.
Mm-hmm.
Effective today, if you came in on a temporary Haitian or from Haitian visa back in, I think it's 2007, when they had the big hurricane and the United States said, you guys need to come on over here. You don't need anything special. We will give you a temporary visa pass since your country has been pretty much destroyed. And so that's what they did. And the previous presidents throughout throughout the years since that time have just, ignored it. I mean, just in when it came up time for renewal, they renewed it with no problem. This President Donald J. Trump, oh, I almost said something else in the middle of that. Donald J. Trump went to the Supreme Court because he could not do it by himself to ask if he could get permission or if they would allow him to do that, which the Supreme Court, which he put in place, did do that. So effective today, July 27th, 2026, they don't have they can be deported ASAP, just
Mm,
like they've been doing the uh, Hispanics. So
mm,
not only does he have the brown people being deported, he now can go with the Haitians, the black
mm.
folks being deported with no reason or recourse. So they
Would
now
that
have to
include any children born during that time as
it
well?
include, well, you know what? That's a good question. If they were born here in the United States, it should not include them, you
So
know.
then now it's like, where would these children go and who would raise them?
Well, in my neighborhood here, we are a pretty good amount of Haitians that live in the community within a 10 or 12 block radius. And they've been there from day one. They came here, they got jobs here, good jobs. They built their lifestyle here. They're good neighbors, they're great citizens. But to answer your question about the children, I don't know. We'll have to research it. I have no idea. Now, the way he's done Hispanic, he's trying to find a way to get, if they were born here in the States, even though the law and the Constitution says if you're born in the United States, you are automatically a United States citizen, you know. But
Mhm.
he's working hard trying to change that. I don't think he'll get that done. But, I tell folks, you got to vote. You got to vote. The midterms are coming up. We can change this and turn everything around.
Almost 100 days.
Yeah, less than 100 days, 99 days to be exact right
99
now.
days. Mm,
We can change that if we can get the Democrats in both the House and the Senate, then we can impeach him starting in January.
mhm.
And hopefully by early spring, because I know he's going to try to fight it, he'll be gone. Goodbye. See you, along with some of his cabinet, because I'm sure
Right.
they're not going to want to stay because he has been their protector.
Right. And they know they can get pardoned under him.
Yeah, but if he ain't there,
Right.
you know, um, but he can get pardoned under federal law. Some of the states can go after them if they want. Some of the
Mm,
blue states can go after them if they want because he can't pardon state law, only
mhm.
federal. So,
And then another thing I've heard from Indiana, Governor Braun canceled out the minority business um, policy where getting contracts for Black-owned businesses and women is deleted now.
yes, Braun is a trumper from from that anyway, along with some of the other state officials, Todd Rokita, who supposedly
Uh-huh.
researched this and found out, is it Rokita? Yeah,
Yeah.
Todd
Hmm.
Rokita supposedly told Braun, well, my research says that we can do this, that's a prejudicial statement right there and has been. You know,
Hmm.
ever since going back way past Evan Bayh and the past 25, 30 years, the state has done that. So all of a sudden it's against the Indiana law. That's,
Hmm. Hmm.
Rakita's a Trumper too, and he needs to go as
That's
well.
the tenant
That's the Attorney General,
general. Mm.
who's a asinine as well. So, call it like you see it.
Hmm.
And so the governor is following that. And, they're
Hmm.
both of them are Trumpers. And so
Hmm.
whatever Donald Trump does, the state of Indiana, through the governor and attorney general, certainly is going to do. So we need to
Didn't
work
he
on
want to
changing that.
brag that we got over 1 billion, 1.8 billion in reserve from tax from fiscal year this year and 4 billion in reserve, but they canceled the lunch programs for kids this summer.
Exactly.
It's like
What are you doing? Sitting on the money for? It's our money, but
somebody said if they pass it out to all Indianans, we'd probably get like 1,700 a piece or something like that.
well, it was designed and designated. If you got
But
the extra, well, you know what? Use some of that money to fix the roads, streets, and highways. That would
well,
be a
they
start.
doing a tax on that for the vehicles to fix roads. I heard that they're
Well,
doing
that's
more
through the
vehicles
city.
through the
Yeah, you're talking
city.
about the
Yeah.
city county council, but that's through the
Yeah.
city. But the mayor here in Indianapolis vetoed that.
Oh, they did.
Yes, so
Okay.
they may try to get
Well, I'm in
around
a
it.
different city, but I just know that they was trying to get more money
Yeah,
from taxing vehicles.
yeah, they're gonna let the cities do that. So Europe and Hamilton County. So, but Hamilton County's got great roads.
Mm,
know, in most cases, a
yeah.
lot better than Marion County here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Our roads
Hmm.
are not good at all.
Hmm.
But, I'm thinking each year the Department of Transportation, which handles that, has had money. Now, all of a sudden this year, because they haven't kept it up, and under the previous mayor, was that who was that? Ballard? Uh,
Hmm.
I think the roads were a-okay. They even paved alleys and sidewalks. Now he did get some additional money because what the city did under his administration was sell the water company, I think it was.
Mm.
So, and then he had the monies for that, plus some other things that, like I said, sidewalks and alleys and so on, what have you. Um, he just got creative.
Mm.
And so, we didn't need the city doesn't need to run the water company and the sewer company. If somebody wanted to buy it, like the Citizens Energy, then fine. Uh,
Right.
I wish we could buy IPL. Um, AES or whatever they call themselves, Indianapolis Power and
Mhm.
Light or AES, the light company,
AES. Hmm.
because they've been screwing everybody for quite some time. And maybe if that, and see, they're up for sale. The company that wants to buy them is even worse than what AES is.
Mm.
I think it's called, what is it? Black Black something. Anyway, it's basically a company that came out of Wall Street,
Mm.
so these are stockholders, so they're not going to care
Right.
about what's going on locally. All they
Right.
want to do is get their checks, you know, quarterly. Hey, my stock made X amount of dollars.
Mm.
So, hopefully, so there's a lot of things going on in
Yes.
Indiana.
And then you mentioned my where I'm at in Hamilton, they having that march to come on about deportation, but they're having a counter march because we got the Democratic headquarters here in Fishers, and they're going to do a protest march. But no, they're not saying where the deportation rally is supposed to be at. It's all under disclosed. And the mayor here has said that nobody asked for a public permit to do any rallies. So if this rally that they're trying to broadcast here in Fishers is done privately and discreetly and only by invite. So that tells you a lot in itself because it doesn't really represent Fishers per se, and that being what, what we stand for. And so they're having a counter protest the same day. So we don't know where the actual deportation rally is going to be, but they're definitely having a and I was happy about that. I'll be teaching, I'll be away, so I won't be able to participate, but they are going to have that same day counteract of, hey, I shouldn't do this, you shouldn't be here, you're killing people, leave people alone, because my community is very diverse. I see a lot of different ethnicities here, and it's grown definitely since then.
Yeah, well,
So,
I forgot you're in Fishers, which is part of Hamilton County.
Hamilton,
And ICE has set up an office in Carmel, which is still
right.
part of Hamilton County, but
Mhm.
only a different center.
And they
Senate.
didn't want that there either. Most people didn't want that there either.
Yeah, and see, but so they're there. So you're saying they're going to have a protest and a counter protest up in Fishers, Indiana,
Yep, the same day. Yep. They having people register and petition online. Yep.
but they have not given the
The
citizens.
location of where the actual deportation rallies are going to be. They're just cowards like that. And I think the person, not the lieutenant governor or whatever, is going to call in a video of himself. He's not going to be actually present during the rally.
Well, that's another issue with him because he's a piece of
What
work
is his
as
name?
well.
Thune? What is it?
The lieutenant governor.
Yeah.
Um, I'm drawing a blank. It'll come to me before the show's everywhere. He's been in so much hot water with so many groups, minorities, non-minorities. I mean, because of his thought pattern and his speaking out against stuff that he doesn't know anything about. Now he's
Mm.
supposed to be a minister, but I understand
Right.
he was asked to be removed from the church that he was ministering at because of his comment.
Divisiveness.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
divisiveness. So
Mm-hmm.
he's not there now. He's just, he's
Mm-hmm.
doing whatever he's doing. So that's
Mm-hmm.
interesting too, that they don't want to let the citizens and the public know, even though they're going to have
Right.
a rally.
Right. And he was gonna broadcast his face. So it'll be interesting. I'll be watching that next week or this weekend, I think. The
Okay,
3rd.
coming up very soon. So that's
Mm-hmm.
coming up in the month of
August 3rd.
August 3rd.
Mm-hmm. I
So
believe so.
is
This
that,
Saturday.
it's a
Mm-hmm.
Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So you're
I
hightailing
believe
it out of
so.
town. So if they burn the city, you won't be around.
Yeah, I won't be around, but yeah. I'm glad that there's like both sides. Like I say, one side could be wrong, right, wrong, but you goes to show you got two sides to pick from. You got options. Or you could be in the middle and figure out where you can find a common ground.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Well, yeah,
But
okay.
Indiana definitely had a lot of stuff going on this past couple of months with the lunch program, the surplus, the rallies. like you said, the Haitian disconnect.
Yeah, that's a lot going on. Haitian disconnect, which just surfaced, and then of course what the state, like you mentioned, about doing away with their diversity programs, one and making it fair. I mean, fair. It hasn't been fair. It's been halfway decent and fair having the diversity programs where minority businesses can get government contracts, state contracts.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
so we're just going back to the 1800s and then early 1900s, and
Well, the mentality different though. It's people strong enough. We're more at resources and know how to not let it be that way. You can go that way, I think, as much as possible, but they are enough people, I think, with common sense that's like, we're not gonna go that we shouldn't go that low. If we do, we're going with a fight. It's a lot of fighting going on and correcting and moving forward of other positive things. But I don't think we should settle that we're going to go back. I don't think we ever go back to where we came from. Just just in your life, your lowest point, you ain't gonna ever really go back to that lowest point, right? We're
yeah,
gonna
but
be
you know what?
always the worst of ourselves.
State of Indiana elected Governor Braun, and the country elected Donald Trump for the second time.
Yeah,
And so I don't, I hope you're correct. I hope that, that we all step up and say, this is not right.
yeah.
Didn't be done.
It'll
And
show. I think it's gonna be some outcomes, some positive outcomes come election. I have a feeling.
well,
I think everybody's pissed off. I had to talk with my dad, and he was like, everybody's pissed off
yeah, and
about
they should
something.
be.
Somebody's feelings are getting hurt. Everybody's feelings are getting hurt right about now. Yeah.
Vote
And
them
you
out,
just saw
vote them out.
what he said about, and I haven't even talked to my dad about this because he served in Vietnam. But you see
Uh-huh.
that comment he made about dancing and Nicki Minaj twerking and why did so many blacks get killed in the Vietnam because they all danced when they said to get down. And I was like, no, he didn't. That
What?
was a quote
Say that again.
that Donald Trump said that why did so many black people get killed in Vietnam? Because when they told them to get down, they started dancing.
Oh, I must have missed that.
That came out today. I saw that in the thing
It
today.
came out today.
Yes, he did it. I don't know if he said it at the correspondence dinner. I don't know. He said it. And I was like, oh, my dad probably about steaming right now because yeah, he said that. I want to see exactly the quote he said because I was like, this is,
Yeah, I
yeah, his
missed.
racist. Yeah, he said,
I
because
missed that.
he said about Nicki Minaj, but what was the full quote? He said,
Hmm. I couldn't watch. I mean, I watched it for a half a second. The press dinner that he insisted on them rescheduling. Um,
yeah, it was during the correspondence dinner, so you
Correspondence in
probably
yeah,
did
this
it.
past
He
weekend.
tried to lighten up with a joke that landed hard rock, leaving many. He said, after hearing gunshots, many people yelled, "Get down," which caused Nicki Minaj to start twerking, Trump said. Can you believe it? She's
But
the only one that really understood what that meant. And then they was like, what?
oh no, I okay.
And then he said that the reason so many African Americans got killed in Vietnam because when they told them to get down, they all started dancing.
That's yeah, that's I don't like that either. I don't like that either. I mean, I was certainly due to go and got drafted. It's just the war ended, and they
And
gave us an
a
option.
lot of Vietnam's veterans are having dealing with PTSD like my dad.
Yeah, well, and yeah, exactly.
And then
It's
to be discounted like that and from a I didn't I was like, ooh, I'm gonna ooh, that was
See, that's that I missed that, but I'm sure I'm glad your father caught that and you caught that. So,
Well, I don't know if he heard it yet. I saw that this
oh, you
morning.
just caught it. Okay, I thought he was
Yeah,
upset
that
about
just
that.
came out this morning. But we were already talking about something else when I saw him before, but then this came out today. I was like,
No, you'll have to share that with your father. I'm sure he's not going to
yeah,
be about
he
that.
already was boiling. This would,
Yeah,
yeah,
this will
send
this
him
this will
over the
be good too.
edge. And it came out of his mouth.
See that? Yeah, I hadn't heard that. I missed that. That's
Because I think this is a redo of the correspondence dinner because he was getting shot before. So he was trying to
yeah.
say, during that first one, Nicki Minaj was there and she started twerking, which I don't know if she did that or not, but then he turned it into the Vietnam. And they said nobody responded. Everybody was kind of like, you know. And then they said he was mad because the people wrote his speeches. So he trying to blame someone else, as
He always does
always.
that.
Yes.
He
Well, who
always
wrote
does
this?
that.
Why they writing this?
He had to review it.
Right.
And,
And it came out of
yeah,
his mouth
exactly.
for the
That
one thing he can't read.
yes. So you know, yeah, I would be upset as well.
So yeah,
I
I have
mean,
to have a make sure my dad all right, because that's a total disrespect. That's friends, that's family. My Uncle Dennis got shot out of a helicopter during Vietnam War,
see,
you know. And my dad was one of the people who collected bodies during the war. And that was trauma in itself. So I don't appreciate
yeah,
that being said.
that is, and see, he he didn't go. He had flat feet. I had flat feet. I still got drafted. You know,
Well, you didn't have the money that he had.
yeah, I still got drafted in the United States Marine Corps. And they've
Yes.
always told me, in fact, when 9/11 happened, I got a call, just like anybody else, saying, if
Mm.
we just want to let you know that you're on the list, like we told you at the beginning when you got drafted, once a Marine, always a Marine. And if we need you, and I asked the captain, how did you find me? Oh, that's easy. Don't worry about it. We know where you're at. We know where
He always
all
know.
soldiers, all military personnel are at. He called
Even
me on
more
my
so with
cell
social
phone.
media. Wow.
Huh?
Even more so
Yes.
with social media.
That's right. I don't think I was on social media back in 2011. Well, I don't know what I was on. Anyway, I was stunned. And one of my other guys, buddies who was in the Air Force, he was like 4 years older than me, so he was already over there. He said, Ricky, like they told you, they know where we are any way, shape, form, or fashion. If a
Mhm.
war starts, they're going to get all that's already in, and then you and I are going to be second and third generation. But we're
Mm.
old. Don't matter. They can use us any way, shape, form, or fashion. We may not be in
That was
combat.
that
We'll be
small
someplace.
that was that small print, right?
Small. We
You
didn't.
thought it was a line to sign your name. You were signing the small print. You will be with us for life.
Well, they give you 6 pages with all of them small print, so you ain't reading. Look,
Mm.
just sign here. They said just sign there, and I'm like,
Well,
okay.
did you hear that they was going to start testing testosterone?
I heard Dumbutt said the Department of Defense. Yeah,
Hestec.
yes, he's an idiot. He's another idiot.
What is testing testosterone?
Testosterone. Why you? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, we're gonna do it for both the men and the women. For what? Why?
I still
Why?
don't get that.
Look, when you got a cabinet full of idiots, anything can come out of their mouth.
Mm.
Anything can come out of their mouth. We had the what is it? The department is he Secretary of Education. The only person of color who hardly ever speaks was in Indiana 2 weeks ago.
Mm.
They reporters was asking him questions, and he said, "I'll answer all your questions as soon as I come out of this meeting." After the meeting was over, they ducked him out the back door,
Oh
so he
wow.
wouldn't have to answer any of the questions that the reporters were waiting for him to come out of his meeting.
Mm.
Did I tell you as well? The only person of color who's a low-ranking whatever, whatever, whatever. You know,
Can't face the people.
no, they don't want to face the people. They can't face the people because they have no answers. They have no answers in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So, but it'd be interesting. You'll have to let us know once you talk to your dad how he feels about this latest comment.
Mhm.
I'm sure. he is not going to like it at all.
No,
He is
no.
going to go off in left field as he did before. This time he's
Yeah.
going to go out in
And he
right
goes
field.
to he also goes to the veteran hospital for groups every now and then too. So I'm quite sure he's
Yeah, there'll be
connected and
conversation.
they got a lot to say on that.
Yeah. And see, keeping with the military, my granddaughter, who I think I've shared with you guys, is in the Navy. She was due to get out in August. No go just yet,
Oh,
no go. She has to wait until because anybody else that was supposed to get out in July, August, and really the rest of the year thus far has been put on hold. You're going to be where your assignment, and she's over there in the Middle East on a
ooh.
destroyer
Oh
shooting
wow.
down. I always forget
Drones and
drones. I mean,
mm,
their job is to protect the aircraft carriers, so they're right
mm,
next to them, one on each side. But during the day and night, you know, as the aircraft carriers sending planes out, they're shooting down drones,
mm.
you know, from the enemy. So I'm like anybody else, and I was so upset when these latest um, soldiers that came back, I
Oh,
think it was
the
four of them,
19-year-old that oh
19, and then the others, there were four that died last week,
yes.
you know, four. And you're right, the young lady was just 19 years old.
And she just graduated.
Yes, yes. And most of the others were either middle, early 20s. I think the lieutenant um, was 32 or 33. And then he said, well, all of them all of them are getting promoted. That's not gonna, they're dead.
But he wasn't even there. He was at the FIFA soccer thing sharing trying to get his face in the picture for the trophy
And I saw that.
while they were coming home.
Yeah, he's trying to get that, and that was the French president or one of the presidents trying to remove him. This is not political. Get out of their picture. We have a well, we got what, 2 years and 5 months before the presidential election, unless he gets
I'll
impeached.
I'll say their names. It was the Sergeant Michael Emmanuel Swinton. He was first lieutenant. Tyler James Freehan, Sergeant Angel, wow, Ramprasad, and Private Isabella Gonzalez.
Yeah. So what is that? That's total now. We've lost
For fallen
18.
soldiers and remains return home. That was like on July 22nd.
That's the four. Add on to the
Yeah.
ones already up there, and I think that makes it a total of 18
Yeah.
soldiers that we've lost, and not counting those that have been injured and in the hospital and
Right. And they said a
making.
lot been more injured, like over 300
Yeah.
people.
See,
And they're not broadcasting that. So we'll have um probably Brian show their faces with this episode. I think that would be good
be
to
appropriate. Yeah, that.
honor them.
I what all can you say? Unfortunately, America put him in there for this term, and put all the other folks that got political jobs that should not have political jobs that have an R in front of their name. Republicans,
Mm.
you know who you are. And
So
so
actually,
we have to
I see that the
make
Border
things
Patrol
happen.
is Saturday, but it's not the 3rd, it's August 1st. That's 7 p.m. August 1st. They have a secret location of Fix and Fishers, and only attendees will get the invite.
With the Border Patrol. I mean, what are they doing? What is that, a
It's
rally?
rally for the mass deportation rally. They organized by Save Heritage Indiana and a group of Southern Poverty Law Center classifies as anti-immigrant.
Yeah, that it is.
So they're going to have that on Saturday at 7 p.m. August 1st at a secret Fisher's location. Be closed only to attendees.
That sound like what the Ku Klux Klan did back in the day with their secret locations, closed only to attendees.
But then there's going to be a bigger, more important event at the Hoosier Hospitality March where Hoosiers will stand with immigrant families and reject the cruelty. And that's from 3 to 6 at Roy G. Holland Memorial Park, First Fit Park Fishers Drive. So if you want to counteract and have the visual with the families that they're trying to deport, this is a counteract as well.
Tammy,
So
where's
you
that
can
park
go
located at?
indivisible.org. You can go and look up the details there. This says Roy G. Holland Memorial Park is First Park and Drive in Fishers. I think that's like around the Fishers downtown area. But you can go to invisible.org, Events Hoosiers Hospitality March, to get more information on that.
Visible.org. Okay, make sure to put that down. Visible.org.
Invisible.org and go under Events Hoosier Hospitality. And that's going to be at 8/1 from 3 to 6. And they're going to counteract the event that's supposed to start at 7 for the mass deportation rally.
Okay. Visible.org. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And that's just in Fisher. And that's coming up on August the
On
1st.
1st, 3 to 6.
8-1, 3 p.m. to 6. Okay.
At
Well,
Roy G. Holland Memorial Park. It's First Park Drive in Fishers.
Admiral D. Holland Park.
Yep, Roy G. Holland
Oh,
Memorial
Roy G.
Park.
Holland. Okay.
Mm.
Roy G. Holland. Okay. Well, we see we got our work cut out locally and regionally
Yeah,
and nationally.
yeah. And I hope your family's been safe and friends with any viruses, the pesticide that's been going around, thanks to our board of health director, the Kennedy, right?
Yeah, well, the health and hospital health HUD. Is it HUD? Not HUD. Yeah, he's another idiot. So we have him, and first they said that may have been caused by is the lettuce.
Lettuce and fruits, and then maybe even the water. Yeah.
Well, this morning I think I heard eggs as well.
The eggs is something else, salmonella. Yeah.
That's because
It's
we
like
got a weak. Kennedy's agency is very weak.
Kroger. And I had just bought eggs, but I don't know if it was before or after recall, but I'm like, I'm not sick yet. I had ate them, but I was like, I just bought these eggs.
Well, if they're listed on the list, they would then it would give you a refund, wouldn't they, or turn the eggs back in, or
Yeah, yeah, I'm assuming so, but it's like, man, you afraid to eat anything, like you said. It's just
well, and
ridiculous.
his agency is supposed to be on top of these things, but we
Well, he
know,
cut all the people that was tracking these
yeah,
worms and pesticides. That's in regulations to
pesticides,
make
yeah,
sure the farms were following protocol with picking and storage and all that. They cut all of those people that was monitoring these things that now is a problem. Everything is a problem.
yeah. So, yeah, yeah. Well, maybe I don't know. I guess I shouldn't say that too either, but anyway. Maybe the folks that cut all these programs, him and the rest of his entourage, need to have a taste of whatever illness is going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like it, you know. So I wonder if he has a food taster that tastes all his food like the president does.
Right, right. He'd be so
Okay.
lucky.
Yeah, right. So we've got that going on. We got what's going on with the with ICE, who's quietly set up an office in Carmel, Indiana.
Mm.
We've got what's going on in the state of Indiana with Governor Braun cutting all the diversity programs and
And food for the summer for kids.
food for the summer. And we've got what do you say, about $4 billion surplus.
Surplus. And a $1.8 billion gain from this last fiscal year. Yeah.
Okay. And they don't want to have not used any of that money for the kids programs or
Nothing.
anything, you know.
Medicare. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what. Yeah.
And locally, in Indianapolis, the city county council wanted to add with $100 wheel tax. That means every vehicle that you had would have to pay when you went to get your license. Your license plate would be tacked on,
Mm,
$100 per car. So if you got 2 cars, that's $200. If you got
mm,
4 cars, that's $400. Of course, for
wow.
right now, the mayor has vetoed that for Indianapolis, which is a part of Marion County. But who's to say, they may try something else to get that done.
Right.
They're controlling the money. So where did all the money go, city county councilors? Which all of y'all, in my opinion, and these are run in Indianapolis, the city county council is primarily Democratic, but they've
Mm.
been there since Abraham Lincoln was president. So they all need to go. You can serve
Mm,
too long, too often, and too much, and they all need to go. We need some new, fresh ideas, fresh blood in these groups, these organizations, these councils, these political offices. They need to go.
yeah, and I
Right.
think that was a debate on Facebook. I saw exactly what age, because people age differently and they're at, risk differently. But at what age should these elected officials serve till?
Well,
You
yeah,
know?
they need a time limit because if you look back at Congress, when our forefathers set everything up, the Constitution and all, their intention was for Congress people and senators would only serve one term. That's to give everybody a chance, not serving a 100-year term,
Mm.
and be there forever and a day.
What about Mitch? Did you hear anything new about him yet? Is he
Well,
alive, dead? Mitch
well,
McConnell,
he's still alive, I
still
think,
alive? You
but
think? See? Okay.
that's another one who stopped, when Barack Obama was the president, he said, well, you'll never get a chance to choose any candidate for the Supreme Court. I'm going to stop every time. I'm going to stop
Mm,
you all the time. So I have no sympathy for him either. You know,
mm,
you just need to go ahead and leave, you know,
yeah.
one way or the other, but yeah. And see, they're trying to keep everything very secretive.
Right, which
Comes
isn't
to him.
fair.
Thanks for watching Diversity Focus Today with your host, Ricky, Solid Gold Clark. Like, share, and subscribe to us on YouTube and Facebook at Diversity Focus Today.